Okay. Morning, everybody. It's morning for me. Sun hasn't come up, but that's what happens when you take out the time to do night patrols. Just make sure everything's okay. Today was a quiet night, for the most part. Before I went out, I obviously heard some things, but I was like, well, I hear it. Clearly, it's being taken care of. Not anything I can do about that, or it's being handled. I don't care, because when it's being handled, what's the point of me? That's kind of what I said. But basically, this one-on-one talk time is a bit more focused. Also, for those wondering about the lighting issue and everything like that, because I saw that comment, I was like, okay, yeah, buddy, it's hard to find a good place to swing a Daidachi. It's even worse when it's nighttime because lighting becomes an issue. And there are people who automatically just call police on me regardless of what I'm doing. Trust me. I've been threatened numerous times on that. I have to be careful when I set these things up. I have to know that, people aren't going to just walk out of nowhere. That's why I do it in my backyard area, because anybody who's about to walk outside has a massive amount of room before realizing, I'm swinging. Because I'm always in the middle of the grass area. That's why that angle is the best angle, because no one can accidentally get hit. Nobody can just sneak up on me and I actually swing on them. It's a safety thing. You got to be a safety officer. Like back in the Marine Corps, everybody's a safety officer. If you see something unsafe, you call that junk out. The reason why I picked that spot is because it's good lighting. Now, the reason why I don't do it on the road, because it's more stable than the grass, is because that road, that little street there, that street has a lot of activity. That's why we do it in the middle of the field, but the field is dark. Aside from that, that's not the main point. Anybody who keeps up with the updates knows that I'm going to be talking about legal representation, and towards the end of the video, or maybe the beginning of the video, I'll show how much money a paid for lawyer is. And if you ain't got time to check that out, it's okay. Basically, it was $3,500. I'm terrible because I did numbers. But basically, $3,500 out of my pocket, and it was literally $3,000 that I put into fighting a case that I felt was just deliberately wrong, because this goes back to one of the other videos before, we went full this. And basically, I was explaining how I was drinking at a bar. I walked out to vape, waiting on an Uber. Now, because I'm making it short, I thought that the person that drove up, because the way they drove up was an Uber. Hell, even the back door was open, as a regular Uber would be. The worst thing I did was probably I went to the driver's seat on accident, which happens a lot of times when I'm in a rush. And also, I didn't check my phone to make sure it was actually my Uber. A lot of that is on me. Now, the person's reaction was to call the police, even though I apologized, or I even showed that I was like, oh, wow, this is embarrassing. Got out of the vehicle. Wasn't enough for that person. They had to call the police because someone made a mistake. And obviously the police, seeing this, says, oh, well, he's outside. Oh, he's been drinking. Great. Public intoxication. Easy. But that's the thing. It's not even about me making a mistake, because that's on me. That's embarrassing. I had to take that L of having to accidentally go to someone's vehicle and apologize. Yeah, how embarrassing that is. But no one thinks about that. Everyone wants to add to your problems, and it tends to be a reoccurring issue. That's why, again, I do this, because of the fact that no one's trying to help out the little guy. No one's trying to look out for people who actually are, going through a lot. With the police, every time they saw me, they immediately thought I was just a threat for no reason. Really. Didn't even talk. I had an argument with the officer arresting me that day, because he was trying to say he wasn't going to arrest me. I was telling him he was going to arrest me. And we were having that exact back and forth of, you're going to arrest me. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Back and forth, back and forth. The other cop, super violent, super malicious. Doesn't like to talk. Just immediately just throw handcuffs on me. So he was right. The first cop was right. He wasn't the one arresting me. The other one was arresting me. And it's so funny how the other cop just kind of didn't say anything, just kind of stared at me in my face, and I looked at him in the face. And there was an exchange of like, okay, we were both right and wrong. Hey, at least the smaller cop was nice enough to give me a hit of my vape before the big boy threw me into the goddamn holding cell. But basically, though, imagine this. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I can handle getting roughed up. I'm fine with getting roughed up at times, especially if it means somebody might not have to worry about it. But when I think about a civilian who might be dealing with that exact situation, and here's the thing, you didn't have to be, you don't have to, I wasn't even kitted up like this. I was in light gear, obviously enough military of some form, or at least somebody who's a military enthusiast. You're either military when you wear stuff like this, or you're someone who's very, a big fan of the military, I guess I'd say, or enthusiastic about it. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody's got different hobbies. But basically, though, when I think about a civilian getting dealt with like that, it enrages me relentlessly. That police officer, he enjoyed hurting people. I even told him that to his face, too, while he was tackling me to the ground. Now, when it came down to the lawyer, because that's the big point of the video, actually, I'm going to cut this now so that we can have a good, fresh start on the legal representation conversation, because I want you guys to really focus in on that. We're at a 6-minute mark. You guys don't pay attention very long. Until then.